In this video, I'm actually going to cover 4 of my favorite books in the culinary industry. Honestly, the last one is a doozy, and it's probably the only book you're really going to need, but the other ones will be helpful in some way, even if they just give you an insight into the culinary industry. The first book's actually an audiobook. It is Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. Now, the thing about this book is it doesn't have a whole bunch of recipes and stuff like that, but listening, and I specifically want you to listen to the audio format.
Unless you're one of us already, you'll probably never cook like a professional. And that's okay. On my day off, I rarely want to eat restaurant food unless I'm looking for new ideas or recipes to steal. What I want to eat is home cooking.
Listening to Anthony Bourdain himself talk about his life as a chef, talk about his experiences and the things that he's done. This guy went from being a lowly line cook to being like the celebrity chef anti-hero. And it was because of this book. It jump-started a lot. He just thought, when he first came out with this book, he thought it was just going to be a book that only dishwashers would read, He didn't think this book would be popular at all. It's really a down and dirty of being a line cook. Things like the long hours, the stress, depression, sprinkled in with a bit of alcoholism and drug abuse. Highly recommend Kitchen Confidential as a read. Audible format. Next up is the Flavor Bible. This one is part of 2 books that I have that are written by the same author. This book is literally a Bible of flavors. Cooks and chefs use this thing called a flavor profile when they're creating a dish. These have primary and supporting flavors. There's certain things that kind of by law go together all the time. Adding acidity to something sweet, for example. Trying to cut salt with sugar content. A sauce is too salty, so you can add a sweet red wine to an extent. Now, obviously, there comes a point where if you messed up the dish too bad, it's just too bad. But there's usually a way to save something before it gets to that point. This book has everything in it. You've never made chickpeas before. Well, look it up and you'll see a whole list of primary and supporting flavors for it. Some of them are in bold because those ones are the absolute best to use with chickpeas. And it's going to be true everywhere. There's obviously going to always be that one person that hates chickpeas, doesn't matter how they're made, but you can use this list to try and come up with something that maybe they'll like. The next book, like I said, is part of 2 books. There was the Flavor Bible, and there is Kitchen Creativity by the same authors, and it is a little bit different. As you'll see, I have all of these tabs here. These tabs mark different things, things like aromatics, bittersweet, edible flowers. Like, check this out. There's a whole thing on edible flowers. An entire list. Multiple pages. I just totally messed up the dust cover on that. Multiple pages of anything that you can think of. Now, this book actually works a little differently. So while there are some flavor combinations in here, they talk about the nuts and bolts of putting a dish together, how you can learn by copying. Obviously, you don't want to steal somebody's dish idea and go put it on your menu. That doesn't make you a chef. But maybe you see how somebody made something. Maybe you like Gordon Ramsay, and you like how he made something. Well, learn by copying him, and then take that recipe and turn it into your own recipe. Recipe books are there as kind of a way to make a cover song if you play guitar. You listen, you follow tablature or whatever, and you learn the song. But you don't have like a mechanical knowledge of like why, what a chord progression is, why they used things the way they did, in what format. That book will actually help you learn this kind of stuff. This will give you some music theory so you can start writing your own songs and you can actually become a guitarist, or in this case, a chef. The Professional Chef. Thomas Keller writes, well-researched and documented, the Culinary Institute of America's latest offering includes the essential tools to become a successful modern chef. The Professional Chef continues to evolve and improve with age. Thomas Keller is the owner of the French Laundry, one of the best restaurants in the entire country. This book is used by the Culinary Institutes of America. Michael Roman writes, the CIA continues to not only set standards, but to raise them industry-wide. This is a great book, a valuable reference in both restaurant kitchen and in the home kitchen. This thing is over 1,300 pages. You will be able to reference this book for your entire career. It's got everything you need, from knife cuts to explanations of the brigade system, advanced and beginner, intermediate, entrees and desserts, butchering, and fillet techniques. It even has a breakdown of a ton of different grains and cheeses and things that they're typically used in. This book doesn't just give you a recipe. This book will break down the recipe. This book will have things like best practices, common mistakes, things that could go wrong, like breaking a hollandaise sauce. Why did your hollandaise sauce break? It'll tell you why. It'll tell you how to fix it. You know, there is so much information in this book that if you have this whole thing memorized, you have more knowledge than a very high percentage of chefs out there. Not just line cooks, chefs. If you do not buy any other book on this list, get The Professional Chef. Like, you will not be sorry. Now, I do have some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is my channel. Surviving the Rush, What's Your Biggest Weakness? How to Survive an Interview, and Becoming an Awesome Trainer. Those are just 3 of the videos that I've done within the last 2 or 3 weeks. So subscribe to the channel if you are interested in learning about what it takes to be a line cook or chef, or if you are experienced and have tips and advice to offer new cooks. I'm also looking for those kind of people because I want to develop a community here. And part of developing a community means that I have a Facebook group that has a link down in the description. Not a whole lot going on right now, but join the group, and then as we get more people in there, we can start a community of people that are actually helpful instead of toxic Facebook groups that just cut each other down. They Ask You, Answer, and Influence. Now, both of these books are based on marketing or social psychology. I highly recommend getting them if you are looking more into the management side and wanting to open and run a restaurant, or, you know, be a chef manager kind of a thing. Next honorable mentions are specialty cookbooks. This is Buck Buck Moose and Japanese Soul Cooking. Now, these are 2 of my favorites because I am weak on Japanese cuisine. Buck Buck Moose, I'm also weak on cooking things like venison, elk, pheasant. This has like a lot of that like wildlife stuff. Lots of really good stuff. Devil in the Kitchen by Marco Pierre White. Now, the only reason this didn't make the list, and I had 4 instead of 5, is because this is more of a biography on Marco Pierre White, and you don't really, like, you might get a little bit of an insight into the knowledge of the kitchen, like with Anthony Bourdain's book, but it's more on his journey to become a Michelin-starred chef. And if you are a new chef, if you're new to the industry, or you haven't been working for very long, or even only like a year or 2, then 3 Michelin stars is a long way out. If you're new to the industry, I'm going to pop up 2 videos right now. Normally I do 1, but this is kind of important. 10 phrases used in every kitchen and What's in My Knife Bag 2022. Both of these have some good information. They kind of show you what is in an average chef's knife bag, and 10 phrases will help you learn the lingo in the kitchen itself. If you have any other books to add, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think of the list, and if there's any specific book, even if it's not on the list, that you want me to cover. I hope you enjoy the books and videos, but otherwise, you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.